Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to solve the exercise of the book Julius Caesar, Act Second and Scene Second. So I am written only the answers. You write the question by yourself. I am going to read the answer of the abstract first. Question first. And the answer is California is in frightened mood. She alerts him to the danger as she has been experiencing unsettling dreams and omens, which she takes to mean that Caesar is in danger. The soothsayer had forewarned her to be aware the ideas of March. Caesar has observed that strange question second. Caesar has observed that strange and ominous things are happening all night long. To make sure he is secure, he commands his servant to go to the priest and ask them to offer sacrifices and interpret the omens. He takes these measures because he is worried about the unfavorable omens. Answer third. When Caesar says Caesar shall fight, he is reaffirming his resolve to go to the Senate meeting in spite of California's anxieties and the peculiar events of the evening. California's concern stemmed from two strange stories she heard. First, a dead man strolling in his graves, and second, a lioness giving birth in the street. Answer fourth. Caesar goes on to add, the brave never test that but once. Coward die many times before their death. He seemed to be saying that he is willing to meet death head on and is not frightened of it. This indicates that he is not alarmed by warnings and omens. Question fifth. California's character Answer fifth. California's character is referred to in this extract as a caring wife. She is superstitious and thinks that dreams and omens have meaning. Caesar, on the other hand, is shown to be self assured, resolute, and even a little contemptuous of California's anxieties. He views himself as a fearless leader who is powerful and brave. In the answer fifth, as a caring wife, there should be a she. So I have not written. You write it by yourself. Abstract second. Answer first. In the line, I never stood on ceremonies. California means that she has never been superstitious or overly concerned with ritualistic or ceremonial observances. She is not the kind of person who follows the superstitious or religious customs or believes in omens. California is saying that she has never been one to be readily influenced by concerns or ideas related to the paranormal. In the same question, the second part is Caesar on the other hand. This is the question first. Second part. Caesar on the other hand typically has the exact position which on this matters. He frequently dismisses warnings, superstitions, and omens. He exhibits a great feeling of confidence in himself and frequently comes off as arrogant. Caesar ignores many of the warning signals and foreboding indicators that are offered to him because he believes in his own destiny and feels that he is invincible. One of play's main theme is the discrepancy in their perspectives on superstitions and omens, which add to the sad event that transpire. Question second. Answer second. California mentioned three signs that she has witnessed. These signs include the fires, and ominous storm that have taken place. B. Dead men walking in their grave, which is supernatural and unnatural occurrence. C. A lion is giving birth in the street of Rome. California described these sights to Caesar in order to alert him to the threatening and gloomy signals she has noticed. She acted in this way out of her extreme worry for Caesar's safety and her belief that the indications are a warning not to be sent him to the Senate on that particular day. This is the questions. This is the answer second. Now I'm going to read the answer third. Answer third, California comes out as a very worried and superstitious person in her speech. She is portrayed as a loving, devoted wife who worries about her husband's security. Her fear and anxiety are evident in her belief in omens and signs, as well as her concern for Caesar's life. She attempts to talk Caesar out of going to the Senate because she fears that he could be in danger. Uh, Answer fourth. At first, Caesar responds to California worries in a dismissive manner. In order not to look weak or superstitious, he tells her he has lived a long life and has not really met any threats from such omen. Later, though, he agrees to her demand and promises not to visit the Senate that day. She tells him about her anxieties and he gives in to them, staying at home to give her comfort and peace of mind. And so fifth, Caesar chose to attend the Senate in spite of California's reservation and cautions. He chose to proceed to the Senate in spite of being informed of the danger, represent his faith in his own faith and destiny. He firmly believes that he is unstoppable and that at all costs he must meet his inevitable demise. The catastrophic events that take place in the play are eventually the result of this decision. Extract third. California and Julius Caesar are at their place at this moment. Cali- Answer first. Extract answer first. I am now going to read the answer second. California gives two reasons why she thinks Caesar should stay at home. She begins by telling Caesar about her terrifying vision from the previous night, in which she saw strange and unsettling things, including Caesar's statue dripping blood. These images are seen as approaching dangerous signals. Second, she talks about the stories of odd and paranormal things that have happened in Rome, such as grave opening to let the dead out and lion giving birth in the street. California requests for Caesar to stay at home in order to prevent potential damage is influenced by these two factors. Answer third. Decius uses three primary points of argument to get Caesar to reconsider staying at home. Initially, he said that California dreams are only superstitious and should not be taken seriously. He sees the vision of blood on Caesar's statue as a representation of Caesar's enormous effect on Rome. Second, Decius strokes Caesar's ego by telling him that the Senate would formally declare him king the next day, underscoring the significance of his attendance. Finally, Decius plays on Caesar's desire to project an image of strength and bravery by implying that his refusal to go before the Senate may be seen as show of fear and weakness. Caesar is eventually persuaded to alter his way by these arguments, which play on his aspiratus and ego. Answer 4. Your wisdom is consumed in confidence. Refer to Caesar's conceit are arrogance, and disguises are lessens his intelligence and sound judgment. In this situation, California worries that Caesar's confidence is impairing his capacity to recognize the risks and hazards that may confront him. Even if California's decision is motivated by superstition and terror, it's important to remember that her concerns are somewhat justified because Caesar does suffer a terrible and later in the play. It's subjective to determine whether or not her assessment, which combines sign interpretation and with intuition is totally accurate. Answer fifth. California emerges as a worried, superstitious woman who genuinely worried about her husband's safety. She is shown to be a person who sincerely fears for Caesar's safety and believes in omen and dreams. In the scenario, Brutus' wife Portia makes an appearance. She takes a different approach when expressing worry. Portia questions her husband about his problem is in a more direct and reasonable manner, whereas California depends on paranormal indicators. This difference drawn attention to the two women dissimilar personalities and coping mechanisms for the difficulties they spouses encounter. Abstract 4 answer first. At this moment, the speaker are at Julius Caesar Palace, and the day is the 15th of March, which is the Ides of March. Answer 4. California dreams of unsettling and forbidding things. In her dream, she witnessed Caesar's statue squirting blood like a fountain and several Romans coming, grinning, and washing their hands in the blood. This, in her opinion, is a terrible omen, a sign of impending peril and disaster for Caesar if he should approach the Senate. Question second part. On the other hand, Decius offers a more convincing and optimistic interpretation of Calpurnia's dream. He thinks that Caesar's lifeblood and vigor are symbolized by streaming blood. Decius pursued Caesar that the dream is prophecy of Caesar's enormous influence reviving and invigorating the Roman state rather than a warning. Answer third. In addition to the forbidding dream, California lists several reasons for not wanting Caesar to address the Senate. She talks about odd things that happen in nature, including lightning, strong thunderstorms, and other weird things. This indicator support her supposition that if Caesar steps outside, horrible things will happen to him. Answer fourth. Decius plays on Caesar's vanity and ambitions in an attempt to persuade him to attend the Senate. In an attempt to appease Caesar's thirst for status and power, he informs him that the Senate plans to appoint him as a king the next day. Decius suggests that the Senate and the Roman populace would see Caesar less favorably if he is absent, possibly due to the lack of ambition. At this moment, Decius appears on the scene as a messenger for the conspirator who want to kill Caesar, since Caesar's attendance before the Senate is essential to the success of their scheme. Decius is entrusted with making sure he does. In this scene, answer fifth. In this scene in the play, Caesar is presented as a multifaceted individual. His determination to go to the Senate in spite of Calpurnia's reservation, together with his overconfidence and disregard for warning signals, might be seen as arrogant. Caesar, meanwhile, is also a strong and captivating leader who inspires adulation and devotion. I have missed second part. This is question fifth second part. I have mixed sentiments about him after he is killed. On the one hand, I feel bad for him as he is brutally killed and betrayed by his closest companions. However, I am glad that the republic is maintained and that his tyranny and ambitions are curbed. I am also interested to see what effect his passing will have on Rome's future as well as the destiny of his allies and adversaries. Abstract 5th. Student, this abstract is very important, so you should learn it by heart. I'm going to read the answer first. Decius tells Caesar that on that day the Senate will present him with a crown and declare him king. This is falsehood intended to fuel Caesar's ambition and get him to show up to Senate meeting. Answer second. In the Lupercal festival scene, Caesar had received a similar offer by then. Mark Antony had made 3 attempts to offer Caesar the throne, but Caesar had turned them down, mostly because he didn't want to give up his position in public. Caesar's response was a sign of humility since he really wanted the throne. Answer third. Decius sees California dream not as warning but as a sign of good thing to come. He proposes that the lifeblood and vigor that Caesar will bring to Rome are symbolized by the blood on Caesar's statue. Decius wants to convince Caesar to go to the Senate by tricking him into the things, thinking the dream is prophecy of his glory. Answer fourth. Caesar shows his contempt for fear. He says to California, cowards die many times before their death. The valiant never test death but once. Caesar feels that individuals who are bold and gallant confront death with courage when it comes, and that those who fear death are being cowardly. Answer fifth. This is the last answer of this scene and this act. The phrase "it were a mock to be rendered" indicates that turning down the crown that the Senate is purportedly about to bestow would be absurd or comical. In this instant, Decius is warning Caesar that it will be viewed as absurd to turn about the enormous honor and authority that has been placed upon him if he does not go to Senate and accept the throne. It becomes clear that Decius is crafty and persuasive person. He uses deceit, disguise, and clever interpretation to further his objective. He is skilled at playing on Caesar's ego and aspiration in order to sway Caesar's judgment in his dealing with Caesar. Decius demonstrates his skill as a manipulator by contorting circumstances to suit him. So, with this, the scene is completed. I hope you enjoy this and like the video and subscribe my channel, and don't forget to share it with your friends. I will upload the scene third as soon as possible.